Robert. Psychically gifted Robert. The man who holds spears without touching them. Does Robert have the Force? Is Robert secretly a psychic man? Did going through the teleporter bestowed to him by Dr. Jew just completely change him and make him a psi power that we never knew about? Maybe. We don't know yet. This has not been revealed to us within this series. But what we do know about Robert is that he is mech tech gifted. He is a mechanator at heart, genetically, and once he was also given an actual mech link as well. Welcome to Manifest Destiny, Episode 2, and Robert is going to be the big focus initially at the beginning of this series, because we need to achieve our goal of mech tech. Now, it's not as easy as just putting down a few things. We need to research it, and we need to be able to provide for it, we need to be able to protect it, and that is the plan for today's episode, in fact. We need to be getting some power inside the base, because at the moment, we only have this hydro tidal generator, which does pump out 2,200 watts. Not quite enough, unfortunately, to maintain an entire base. We also need to be able to defend ourselves. At the moment, the defense that we have is the American president with a MP7, which is pretty cool. And what we have seen so far, it's very powerful. But it's not enough, because in order for us to get power and defense, we need resources. Resources. Yes. We need power, we need defense, and we need resources in order for us to be able to progress towards mech tech. So I think the first thing on this list that we're going to be doing this episode is going to be working on biofuel refinery. Setting that up, getting somewhere to get reliable chem fuels that we can use for power, and then, you know, then we can start focusing on offending ourselves and getting the resources all the while. So if you enjoy today's episode and are excited to see all the exciting things that psychically gifted Robert gets up to, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it. Let's get into things, and let's start by talking about this building here. Now, initially, this is going to be where we did the mech tech. Obviously, we can't do that. We've not got mech tech. Then it was going to be our IG Legion room. Whilst this is a very good idea, it would be nice to get the IG Legion stuff sorted out. They're not fussed about it at the moment. We've got no real mood debuffs. We're not there yet. The next thing it could be is a power room. Whilst I do see the issues of potentially having a biofuel refinery on the water, I guess the fire won't spread, which low-key, big brain. So I think that's what we'll do for this area here. Make this our biofuel refining area. At the moment, not very big, but we will work on them. And a raid right at the beginning of this episode. A group of Neanderthals from the Lukelman have arrived nearby. 2 Neanderthals, B and Tolber. It would maybe be nice to potentially have one of these guys as a worker for us. So let's maybe try to kill them. And I honestly think Chad could probably deal with this on his own with the MP7. It is unbelievably powerful for some reason, which I'm not too sure about. Chad, please. This is your American heritage right here. Please, gun down the native. They were coming at us, all right? It's self-defense. That's the American Constitution. Okay, one last left. This one is a Psycaster as well. Wow, okay, this one would be nice to pick up. A Psycaster would actually be handy. Oh, dog. Don't kill Coke. Coke has been downed. Knocked out. Okay, that's not too bad. B is insane. Chad, please. Please. Oh, you've been stunned. Oh, Chad's been stunned. Run. Chad, run! Chad! Wow, B is a monster. Holy moly. But we do have a survivor. Dordaxigoko Tolberer. Obviously a Neanderthal, melee 3, mining 4 double passion, crafting double passion of 7, a jogger. Not too bad, actually. A decent colonist for us to pick up at the beginning, purely for helping with maintenance around the... And a disease infection. Chad has got an infection in the tongue. What a place to get an infection. What an absolute place. Please, can we get a good tend on that, please, Coke? 93%. Okay, Chad should be fine. Now, our first morph trader has arrived of the series. Looks like most of them are actually the demons from the Hell's Kitchen. Wow, they have really branched out of the food industry and gone into the morph industry, if that really works. A lot of mutation stuff. Nice. So what does this do exactly? Okay, so they all basically transform people in one way or another. This is definitely something I want to be getting into, but not quite yet. And disease, the plague. Chad Chadson, our politician, the American politician, with an infection in the tongue and the plague. You know, good old America. Good America. The plague and infections. Oh, Chad, it's a good thing that we're not charging for this. Otherwise, you might be dead. Chadson has broken down. He's sad and upset. He's just gotten over the plague, his infection in the tongue. Life as a El Presidente isn't going very well for him. And now he's upset because there's no general. No general to lead his army. Chad, I understand it's sad and upsetting. So I guess whilst we have built this room up here, and I'm kind of trialing at the moment because it won't let me build the biofuel refinery on wood. So I think what I will temporarily do, ritual spot, there we go. Can I please begin public execution? No. Can we please set up the roles, please? So the president is going to be Chad Chadson, but can't. He's in a mental state. Totally understandable. The general will be Robert, which makes perfect sense. Perfect, so it's a successful role change, and Robert is now the general. Next, we'll have the internet as being our moral guide. Makes perfect sense, I promise. And that should be our best social character. And who better other than Coke to be representing the internet as our moral guide? Perfect. And also, Coke is now our moral guide, and as soon as Chad breaks out of his mental state, we'll set him up to be the president. So I have built a steel bridge floor over here just so we can build this biofuel refinery because it needs to be on heavy terrain. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit! The only way that I can make this somewhat symmetrical is by building two. Now, I don't need two, but symmetry. Symmetry is so important that, you know, it must be done. And there we are. We have our first biofuel refinery put in. So we can make chem fuel from deep chem, from organics, wood, make tire, always very helpful, or process mechanoid milk. How are we going to get chem fuel the easiest? As Americans, what is the best way for us to make all? Deep chem would obviously be the obvious one for us. Otherwise, I think it's going to be wood. We don't particularly have anyone that's going to be good at getting wood, but we're not going to be using much of it, honestly. So you know what? Let's make, I don't know, a couple of hundred? 300 chem fuel from wood. Sounds like a pretty good amount. And get that set up for both of them as well. We can then run several chem fuel power generators like in here as well. And at the moment, we can't do much else with chem fuel, I don't think. No, we don't particularly have any of the Rim of Feather stuff researched quite yet. I've now queued up a symmetrical bridge on the opposite side here with another workroom here. I think this one will primarily be our actual ideology room or even a crafting room at the moment. I think if we extend out the just sort of Venetian bridges all the way down this way is like a long sort of street here. Very American. We're going to go for grids. Nothing better than a grid. Grid it all out very nicely. We can have like workrooms and everything along the side. We can have suburbs down here for people to live in. Giving Chad Chadson the ability to be the president. The official president of the colony. He's probably so much happier now. We're actually doing the roles and everything. Chad Chadson now holds the role of president. El Presidente. Chadson discussed his wish to serve a greater purpose whilst eating insect jelly. As we all know, the greater purpose is becoming a cat girl with his mutation affinity. We'll get you there, Chad, I promise. Just hold your horses. The last role to hand out is going to be the big brain medical specialist, and obviously Dr. Jew is going to be that. And there we are. All the roles have been handed out to our colonists. This gives us everybody a mood boost as well because they are in a position of power. I feel important and everybody looks up to me. Good old Coke. That's what we like to hear. And our second raid of the episode. Our group of tribespeople from the Confederacy of Bella have arrived nearby. Hello, Sam, Bat, and Kuro. Are any of you special or have any powers? No, none of them have any psi powers, so this should actually be fairly easy. Whereabouts are you going? Okay, they should exist at the top there, quite nicely, quite happily, doing their own thing. Sam Samantha Haxton. Again. Why do I keep seeing you? Everywhere I go, I see Sam Samantha Haxton. Why? The first one has already been taken down. Chad shot them straight in the brain. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Chad is an absolute crack shot. Like, you can just tell that they're American. Another one's dead straight away as well. Wow. They're stealing my tidal generator. Sorry. What? A tidal generator. It generates 2,200 power. It's a big old thing. And it weighs 1 kilogram. Wow. Cheers, Rimworld. My only power source is being stolen. Fantastic. Well, I don't know what we're going to do about that. Robert and Chad are miles away. I think we've just lost our main source of power. Thanks for stealing my tidal generator, bro. Appreciate that. What? On the bright side, we have made a load of chem fuel. So we are actually in a fairly okay position, honestly. We can just plop down a chem fuel power generator. Tolbere's gone berserk as well. The tribal is not happy about being kept in this small room with no freedom whatsoever. Where have I heard that before? You know, where have I heard that before? Robert, you are our keen American. Come in here. Teach Tolbere a lesson. Execute them. You know, Robert is an angry man. He's got a lot of pent-up rage. Let him go wild with it. Jesus Christ. You weren't meant to throw your spear through their head and only knock them out. Oh, that's actually really handy of you. Good job, Robert. Proud of you. What? Had the first research come up for drill for oil. A very, very big research for us to get oil. We can get the resource console. We can just go fully into the Americanisms. However, we can't power the resource console. We can't build any of the things without resources. So we're stuck behind that one plateau again. Tolbere, please can you just hurry up and, you know, just not resist us anymore, you know? And Tolbere has been recruited. Now, it turns out that Tolbere has a few traits that they could have. Quick Sleeper, Incompetent, Clumsy, or Drunken Master. Quick Sleeper also is a very nice trait. Rest rate multiplied plus 50%. Yes, please. And Tolbere, welcome, my friend. Look at you in all your glory. I'm done with this dark cell. I'll join Freedom or Us. Oh, I love it. Whilst you are not a slave, Tolbere, all you're going to be doing with your life is mining. That's all you're going to be doing. Congratulations. So picking up Tolbere pretty much crosses off resources off the list as well. While with Tolbere being actually good at mining, unlike everybody else, it means we have the ability to get the resources to do what we need. All we have left to do is defense. I don't know how I want to achieve that at the moment. I don't want to go for a kill box. I don't want to do anything like that. I'd quite like to use the sea as our advantage, but I don't know how I want to do it yet. So I think what we can do to achieve that at the moment is convert this room here into our workroom, storage area, that sort of thing at the moment. We don't have access to machining it or any other form of making weapons. So I guess what we can do in the meantime is convert this into a storeroom and then build like an extension out this way for then another workroom and have that access to everywhere else as well. I think that'd be a good idea. So whilst at the moment this doesn't really look like much, but this is a massive room and I felt it'd make the most sense to have our largest room be the crafting area where we make guns, ammo, mortar shells, anti-grain warheads, all of those exciting things. I am going to temporarily forbid it, however, because it's a lot of work to get onto. I think it's roughly 5. And there we are. Our journey into Americanisms have started. The chem fuel powered generator. Oil has been achieved. Perfect. It's taken a while for us to get it, but then now we have Tolbere. We're on a roll. Like, absolutely on a roll. At the moment, mining is already at 4.5, starting from 4, which is fantastic. We're just about covering our energy usage as well, which is even better. I think I'll actually put down another one just in case. Research for deep drill for oil has started as well, which is very nice as well to go alongside that. And quests have become available for the great building from the Fallen Empire. Now we are affiliated with the Fallen Empire, and they're willing to give us 4 honor to build something out of 80 stone blocks. So I'm going to accept that for 4 honor with Chadson, obviously. I think I'm actually going to do it. I don't usually do this at all whatsoever. I usually don't see any point in doing it, but why not? Let's deconstruct all of these old historical relics and turn it into something else that we were going to deconstruct at some point. Caravan has arrived, and the sister of Chadson has arrived. Squirt. Oh, don't know about that. Squirt is a demon? Holy moly, that... What? No wonder Chad's got the mutation affinity. His sister is a demon from the Hell's Kitchen. No wonder Coke was accepted into the colony. Like, that just makes perfect sense. Chad is using Coke's genetic ability and familiarity to turn himself into his sister. That's crazy. That is crazy. But they are a Glitter World trader. They don't have too much for us. We don't have much for them either. We can't even sell them much whatsoever. But yeah, they do have muta syringes, which is going to be very interesting for the future. And they have fuel tanks and things as well. Perfect. And we finished the little monument for the Empire. Very nice. You've completed the construction of the monument. You must not destroy it for at least 15 days. 15 days to keep hold of this great building. It's just so great and unique. At least give it like the better name, like a shed or like a storage room. That's all that is, really, isn't it? Another quest has become available from the Fallen Empire. Shuttle from the Fallen Empire has taken damage and seeking a place to land. Its commander Lascarius wants to land at all. Okay, but they will give us a free person, a red cap. Keys. Keys is an optimist red cap. 11 in melee, 8 in art, 4 in intellectual. Optimist messing in large, but also small. Honestly, I'm not that interested. This is a very easy quest for us to defend, and it's just free honor. I am going to accept this with Chadson and just go from there, honestly. And there it is, the raid from the Confederacy of Bella. They will attack the Imperials who crashed all. There's 4 of them. That's not scary because we have guns, but, you know, I guess I'll bring Chadson along just to try. That one has a Doomsday rocket launcher. Holy moly, please run away. Oh, okay, he put it away. All right. I'm slightly more confident again. This does feel slightly unfair, however. The Empire and us using ACRs, MP7. This guy's using a bloody fire axe to beat down a load of tribals. Something about this isn't quite right. And the tribespeople from the Confederacy of Bella are fleeing. I'm not surprised, honestly. I'm genuinely not surprised. But there are 2 survivors, a Blue Capere and a Cluro. Are any of these guys any good? Not really what I'm looking for, potentially. Now, if we were using slaves, however, which we wouldn't do as Americans, alright? We wouldn't do it. This would be a very good slave. But unfortunately, I'm just not interested in you as a character. What are you? Just a gourmand. That's just not what we want. Tolbria over here is a Neanderthal, alright? We took pity on them as high elite Americans and have forced them to work because that's all they know. We're good people at heart. Oh, we've actually taken pity on this person. They've got a brain shot injury. Oh, God. Only 50% consciousness. That's why you're so bad at mining. We've taken pity on Tolbria. Chadson knows that he committed a dangerous act and permanently injured Tolbria and took them under his wing. Not only is Chad a violent murderer that loves demons and is actually affiliated with cat girls, but also is a passionate, fair leader. You love to see it. First harvest of Smokeleaf has come in. Wow-wee. Coke must be over the moon. I feel quite unfulfilled. I wish I could enjoy something fun. Oh, Coke, we've got something fun coming up for you very soon. Where is it? Make Smokeleaf joint ×4. We'll do this probably until we have about 50. That sounds like a pretty fair amount. And we'll keep them stored in the freezer as you should. There it is. The rescue shuttle has arrived. Perfect. Chadson's title has changed. And they've now become an acolyte. Congratulations, Chad. The president we know and love is now becoming psychically attuned. Will Robert become jealous of this? Because Robert is theoretically our psychic person with the way they hold that spear. Oh, actually, it's only the spear that you hold strangely. Now that we can make him into an acolyte, I think we'll probably do this next episode. We've had enough character development for today. Progress this episode has been fantastic, however. We've actually managed to get a power grid online with chem fuel and everything. We've started working on the crafting area here, and we're about a quarter of the way through drilling for oil. You'd like to think that as Americans, we could just blitz through that research really, really quickly, but unfortunately, Dr. Dew is not associated with oil, but actually just medicine and cat girls, as he should be. So that next episode, we should be able to finish that and work on drilling for oil properly and see how that goes. In terms of defense, I know I haven't ticked it off the list. I think what we need to aim for is protecting our own people. The tribals are everywhere. They're coming in left, right, and center. And whilst we have taken pity on Tolbarir, we're not going to name Tolbarir for the rest of their time. Tolbarir will be different. I'm not going to say Tolbarir again. Next episode, we'll change their name because Tolbarir just doesn't deserve that name. They need to be given something better. So if you have enjoyed today's episode and are excited to see how the relationship between Coke and Chadson develops, as we now know that they are somewhat affiliated together, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.